welcome everyone to another episode of Fractures of Reality. In the last session, the party met a lovely couple that's a little trigger happy, and they showed them their collection of goods and stuffed kitsunes. That was very delightful, and they were just a lovely couple. Definitely not off their rails and not absolute murder happy, but just a lovely couple all around. Also, Elnath is in a cage. But he should be released tomorrow. He should be released tomorrow, which is just before. No, I think you guys waited until he got out and then he went with Ryu. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Right.
Wasn't Ryu sent away before because there was still a day left?
I think it was that Ryu went and then you guys sent Elnath after him to get them out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that was how it went.
Laura went with Ryu because sending someone by themselves is a bad idea.
Yeah. So, with that done, three of you are here, and the guard is, he's finished guarding, so he's just, going to go home. And, yeah, you have 1 day. You have one and a bit. No, yeah, because of Elnath. You have 1 day until Birdie takes over, and you have 2 days until the Black Sun. Before we begin proper, there is one thing I want to show you. This is Mr. Poppycock. Rather strapping young man, isn't he? Such a nice guy.
A half elf, then.
No, full elf.
Yeah.
Oh, he's an elf. Okay.
Now, what kind of definition of hunted is this using? Did he if
I said they were human last week, I'm sorry, I meant to say elf. You know how it is. Sometimes details get flopped.
I'll be. And honestly, you didn't. I just assumed human because honestly, Poppycock actually made me think halfling. If I'm being honest.
All right, and this is Mrs. Poppycock. So now you know what they look like.
Right.
Yep.
And with all that said and done, you guys have escorted Elnath out and returned fine. You're free to go with them out of the city and talk to Ryu if you wish. Otherwise, what would you guys like to do?
You can talk to Ryu if you find him.
I'm sure they said where they were going.
Well,
I found him before. I'll find him again.
Korax is gonna go looking for. Well, Korax. Well, we can do the arson shopping a little bit closer to the date. It's or actually no, I'd want to buy that stuff. Well, okay, I'm gonna look. Hold on, I want to see what I've got in my inventory.
How about we hold off on all that shopping later? Because if you buy it now, well.
Oh, wait a minute. Fuck shopping. I don't even have any money.
Okay, that's the main factor there.
Yeah, we're broke.
In fact, I recall giving you some gold coins so you could stay in the inn.
Yeah, but we need that to stay in the inn. We can't use that to buy oil and mattress.
I mean, I do have some money, but
how about we do some odd jobs quickly?
Yeah. Well, what I want to do is look for. Well, there's one other thing I do want to do. I want to find rumors. I want to find rumors of any kind of large, dangerous I want to find room. Well, I'm like, we're like, I assume we're having this discussion somewhere private.
Alright.
Yeah.
I want to look. I want to go looking. I want to see if there are any rumors of any kind of giant, dangerous, huntable monsters nearby. Maybe lure the poppycocks out and away from their home.
Alright, that'll be investigation or persuasion.
I will, and I know which one I'm better at, and I am going, and I am going to, and I am,
Roll it.
I'm going to use Emissary of Peace for this because it it
Go for it.
because yeah. So that's going to be +5 to my persuasion. So
Okay.
hey, yeah. 17. Damn, that natural 20 on the other side.
Alright.
Oh well, 17.
So you ask around, and after some inquiring and talking, you hear that there were a couple of monsters around, but the poppycocks recently went on an expedition, and the monsters haven't repopulated the area yet. Like, the town seems pretty happy with the poppycocks in the area because they kill all the kill all the monsters in the area.
Okay. Cicada,
Yes.
you remember all those purple worms, right?
How could I not? She shudders.
Do you think you could imitate the sound they made?
Absolutely.
Well then, after the sort of body borrowing experience is all done and you've got control back, I'm going to need you to go out and make some noises in the woods.
Okay.
Just spend a couple of days doing that. Start some rumors in town.
Will they even
Oh wait, what exactly do you want to do?
I want to.
he
I
wants
want to trick them.
me to just spread misinformation of purple worms.
Yeah, basically, I want to trick the poppycocks into thinking that there are purple worms near the village, so
And
we
why
can
would you
lure them
wanna-
out and like send them on a wild goose chase after them. And then while the house is abandoned, we like sneak back into their basement and like destroy what needs to be destroyed.
Well,
I don't think.
before you do
Yeah,
that,
I don't
dear.
think. Yeah, like burning down the place. Like honestly, burning down the place would be too suspicious now that I think about it. So instead, I'm just going to destroy all their information. We should just like destroy all their information.
Now, let's not be hasty. I would like some of that information before you go and just torch it, dear.
Well, yes, we're taking that for granted. Like this is after you get whatever you need to get.
Not only that, but it's only fair that we do tell Foxy about who is down there and get his opinion first. I do hope you know that.
Well, we have time for that now.
I still don't think it's actually right to torch that whole place. There's so many valuable things in there.
Yes, and well, psychopaths they may be, even they do play a role in keeping the town safe.
Indeed, and to be fair, dear, they are just a part of a huge family, correct? You even said too that apparently you have connections with them from your
My
extended
brother
family.
met them once. I'm not sure how much of a connection, how deep of a connection that goes.
Still, the fact is
Oops.
that they are one of quite a big party. To torch one house, we're going to basically shake the beehive's nest.
Right. Well,
So, I mean, I'm not to say I'm not all for torching. Sure, I mean, it's up in the air. I'm only saying is that I hope you're ready for what may come across from an action like this with the whole entire family. Because as you know, as they said, they are generation hunters. So which means that they are been doing this for a very long time.
My family are generation assassins, and we've been doing that for a very long time. We know
Okay,
not to
so then you have experience. What would your family do if one of you gets attacked?
and we and go higher up the ladder and strike there.
All I'm saying is patience. I know you're creeped out by them. I am too. But they do have very valuable information that will take time for me to get because I must earn their trust. I have partially earned their trust. I will say that much. But if they grow suspicious of any of us three specifically, or they have any rumors about who we're traveling with, then that trust can easily be broken. And I will not get what I need.
Right.
So
Then
patience.
get what you need. I don't think. Okay. Get what you need. I don't think they're going anywhere, so we're not exactly on a time limit here.
Okay then. So that means that, and she'll look over and give Cicada a smile. Yeah, we want to talk about the issue about you and Birdie, dear.
Just tell the poppycocks I'm ill.
I mean, I'd be glad to, but I also would like to see exactly what this Birdie does when he takes control. So far, all we've seen him do, whoever they are, is take control and have you walk. Question is, where are they taking you?
She shrugs.
Exactly. I, for one, believe that you must have somebody next to you. Now, usually I would volunteer myself, because as I said, I want to see exactly what this Birdie does with you. Although, in case these poppycocks suddenly summon me, I also wish to go to their call right away as well. But I do recommend that somebody sticks with you the entire time, the next 3 days, dear Cicada.
She looks to Corax.
Well, we have. Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan.
If you need to, I would also call upon probably Ryu and Chlora outside the city too, because more than likely this birdie's going to take Cicada out of the city again, unless of course they have something here, which none of us know.
I'd prefer to keep Ryu more than anything needs to stay hidden from these psychopaths.
Indeed. So,
I
if Cicada goes out of the city, perhaps he can also help follow her as well.
Yes. And
but here's the thing: tell me everything that happens if you get back. As much as I want to go with you, which depending on the situation, I probably will, but we'll see. If I miss anything, you must tell me.
Right.
Oh, you guys head over to talk to Ryu?
Yeah, we're gonna go talk to Ryu and tell him this situation.
Alright, so I'm assuming, Ryu, you told them where you're going?
Yeah, I think we sent them south, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. So, assuming you left some sort of marker so they could find where you're hidden, you do eventually meet up and you find them at the campfire with your wagon and horses. One of the horses having clearly gotten loose and is just wandering about as usual.
Star Child.
Where's Elnath?
Oh, sorry. I forgot to put his token down. Let me do that.
I am tending to the horses.
Chlora is thoroughly distracted with the box.
Great-grandfather, you're back. Thank goodness.
Yeah, we'll do that and then I'll say when you guys approach. Or this
in
can
that case,
Or this can be when you guys bring Elnate. What would you prefer? Corax and Jezebel and Cicada.
I mean, Jezebel's still in town, so I imagine it's just me and Cicada.
Jezebel?
Did
Did you go with them to bring... Let me try saying it again. Do you want this conversation to take place when you're taking Elnate to where Ryu is? Or do you want this conversation to take place after and you're going to visit their group?
I mean, I guess I go with them? I really don't know.
Alright, good enough for me. So, you all bring Elnate to the campfire, and Ryu, you may now speak.
Great grandfather, you're back. Thank goodness.
Yes, they finally let me out of that cell.
Did you figure out the box?
No. He hands the box to Clara and then goes in to give Ryu a hug.
What about what about the what about the hunters?
Well, I'll leave it up to them to converse on the matter. I'm just going to enjoy my time not being in a cage for a little bit, if that's alright.
I don't blame you.
Corax? Jezebel?
Okay,
Mm,
so.
Yeah, I basically explained the whole situation to them using
Yeah.
mimicry.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. So you're all filled in on the situation. What do you say in response, Ryu?
How much did they tell him?
Well, basically, what we told you is basically the general plan we have that we're gonna lure them out with like Jezebel wants to basically get all the information out of them first. Then we're gonna lure them out with rumors of Purple War. Then we slip in and steal and steal whatever their knowledge like whatever documents they have regarding like how to hunt and chop up kitsune. Then we just and gather it all up and just like toss or like spirit it all out of town and just like toss it in a fire.
Ryu looks to Jezebel and looks at her sternly, asking, "Just what information do you want from them?"
So just gives a small smile. She goes, just a little information from hunters to hunters.
You do realize exactly what these people hunt, right? I have a reason and to be cautious.
Oh, don't worry, dear. I understand completely. I mean, why do you think that I haven't told anybody your secret yet? I could have easily told them who exactly I'm traveling with, but I did not. So you can rest your pretty little white-haired head that it's not your kind I'm interested in. It's something else, actually. And I want to see if they have that information.
Elnate speaks up and says, "Care to elaborate on this prey you are supposedly hunting?"
Well, not too sure I want to. Not to be fair. I mean, not to be rude, so to speak. But this is kind of private, I guess you can say. It's a personal thing I'm doing.
If you keep it private for too long, then you're missing out on the opportunity of using your allies' information to better pursue your goal. Still, it is of your own violation.
Jezebel actually gives a bit of a small, sad smile for this. She goes, experience has taught me it's easier to do things alone.
You aren't
Better you
alone,
all
though.
not be better you all not be involved in my problems. Or my fun.
You're getting involved in mine.
Because I'm nosy. She gives a big old grin.
Nosy.
Anything else you guys want to do before you head back to town?
I'm just going to go over to Ryu and give a big grin and then pat him on the head. She goes, "Don't you worry your pretty little head. Your secret's safe with me. Besides, I don't like sharing." She gives him a wink and then starts to walk away.
Clearly.
So, what are you doing with Cicada?
I guess I'm going to stay with Ryu for the time being.
Alright. So, Jezebel and Korax head back to town, yes?
Yeah.
That is
And then
correct.
I'm gonna point to Ryu and says, "You lose Cicada, I'm taking off one of your tails." And I walk away.
Right. Birdie.
So, you guys spend the day doing your tasks. Is there anything you do in particular before the day when Birdie takes over?
Trying the box.
Alright. Jezebel, I'm assuming you spend more time with the lovely couple.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Cor-
And meanwhile, I will be spending the time. I'm learning the layout of the town, specifically like casing, basically just casing it, like mapping out escape routes in my head, that sort of thing.
Fair enough.
Like-
There is a very small sewer system, but it mostly just leads straight to the river. Like, they just throw their junk in and let the water deal with it.
And it's a good way to that's a good way to dispose of the bad documents, if nothing else. But like, I was thinking more like, side alley. He's like routes that keep us out of sight, that kind of sort of thing.
There is, but it's still only a fairly, like, it's a small town. It's not small, but there are a few paths, but there are bits where there's really no real big cover except maybe a tree here or there. If you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I'm just seeing if there's any routes that are not so.
Roll.
Can I do a box roll?
Go for it.
Nope.
Okay. So there's a couple of routes that are relatively hidden, but there are sections on those routes where you have to make a dash through an open area.
It's better than nothing.
Is there anything else you would like to do before we move on to nighttime?
That's all I got.
Alright. Flora, Ryu, Cicada, Jezebel.
Yeah, Cicada is just being unusually quiet.
Excuse me.
Cora makes attempts to socialize with Ryu while totally being distracted by a box.
Ryu's too focused on keeping an eye on Cicada.
Alright. So, who's taking, like, are you guys gonna watch over her while you sleep or that sort of thing? How do you keep an eye on Cicada during the night?
I could keep an eye on Cicada.
Okay.
Great grandfather, how aware are you when you're meditating?
I am very observant.
So, can we trust you to let us to wake up and let us know if Cicada walks off.
Oh, yes, I'll be up most of the night anyway, reading.
All right then. Cicada,
Hmm.
stay close. Stay close to my great grandfather, okay?
Okay.
You can help me. You can help me practice with this box. It's quite fascinating how it defies all logic.
I could most certainly try.
So, Cicada, you can roll 1d100 for the night. And
Okay.
so we move on to night. Let me just. Lighting should be set up on this. So let me just turn that off and. Can you all see?
Oh yeah.
No one not have no sight?
Uh,
Ryu has some
I
sight.
have my sights.
Yeah, I think I can. I think I can see about as far as I should be able to.
Alright, let me just quickly set up the fire then as well. No, the fire should be set up actually, I think.
Fire's not producing any light.
Let me just, that should do it.
There we go.
Yep.
There we go. So, you can all see? All things good? Golden? Okay.
Yeah.
You all settle down for the night. Corax and Jezebel in your nice, comfy inn rooms. The rest of you camping out. However, you are awoken with a shake from Elnath as he wakes you up and then says, there's a little bit of an issue.
Birdie.
Not exactly. What time would you say it? What time would you say it is?
Can I do? Do I have to do it? Can I do a check for that?
Sure. Just roll wisdom.
Please load.
You want me to roll for you?
Go ahead. It's not loading.
Actually, it's not loading for me either. So, I'll just
Nobody.
roll
Wait,
1d.
wait. There it is.
Yeah. So it's not you. It's roll 20. If that's any consolation.
There we go.
You'd say it's probably around midnight, maybe half past midnight.
12 to 12:30. Why?
You've been asleep for 12 hours.
What?
What?
12 hours? Or is that how?
Did he wake Clara up by chance, or just Ryu?
He woke Clara up too. He woke you both up. And, Cicada, yeah, just mute yourself, please.
Okay, bye.
Oh, great.
Clara's like, does it someone like have that little metal thing that can change the time? Actually, did the night start sooner?
Well, no, then.
Korax has the amulet.
So, meanwhile, for those of you in the town, you awaken by the sounds of people being confused and concerned and the sounds of fighting. You look outside to see quite a few people making rapid barricades and shoring up the defenses of the city, and the night sky blossoms above you.
Is it Day of Black Sun?
And then Elnath,
Supposed to happen until tomorrow.
actually, it was supposed to happen 2 days from now. So, Elnath looks to Ryu and then says, "It should be early morning."
Then is this the black sun?
He nods and points to the sky where the moon is indeed black.
That's impossible. Well, that's what's supposed to be for another couple days.
Yes, that's why I woke you up.
What about Cicada?
He motions to the figure, and you see that instead of Cicada, there is just her double there, quietly staring at you all. Birdie has officially taken over.
Or is that Cicada's body too, or are you just her fracture?
I am neither. I have
Alright,
merely
then.
taken what has been rightfully bargained for.
I suppose you can explain to us why the black sun rose early.
He turns and begins to walk away, heading out of the camp.
Hey, don't you walk away from me!
He continues to walk.
Ryu
Bird's gonna follow.
Ryu takes out his sword and casts light on the blade.
Alright? You do so?
Birdie?
Alright, that should do it. So, do you all follow Birdie?
Clara does.
What? Yeah, we did. Yeah, Ryu's storming after Birdie. Or you're like, where do you think you're going? And with my friend's body, no less.
Alright, then we'll get back to that in just a moment. Corax and Jezebel, what do? The town is in a state of chaos as undead are rising and being swiftly destroyed and then moved out of the city.
As a paladin, I'm gonna do my part to help deal with the undead.
Right? Jezebel?
I'm worried about Cicada and the others, but I know it's probably too late to go try to check them, so I'm gonna assist as well, just to kind of look nice for my new friends
Alright.
by helping out in the city.
So, you'll see the town and you'll hear the voices echoing out, why is it happening now? It's not for 2 days. Has something happened? Why is that? There's just mass confusion as the town scrabbles and manages to get the structure and the barricades set up to protect the town from the waves of undead that are rising. With that said, we will return to the other party. Ryu, no matter what you say, Birdie just keeps walking at a calm and solid, constant pace. Always just slightly faster than a walk, so you have to occasionally jog to catch back up.
Birdie, just tell us what's going on. We deserve to know that much, don't we?
He continues to walk.
This affects all of us, not just Cicada.
He continues to walk.
this time Ryu's had it. Ryu's about had it and brings his sword up to Birdie's neck. Answer me now.
He watches his hand comes up to your sword and then just pushes it slowly to the side, even against your own struggles. If you try to push against it, it's as if you're trying to push against a wall. And then he keeps walking.
What?
So Clara does some mental math and she's like, isn't it kind of odd that the Black Sun happens when Birdie takes over Cicada's body?
You don't have to say it. I know they're connected. We just knew how and why.
Continuing.
I continue to follow.
About half a day's journey away, Birdie comes to a stop and turns in one to the east.
Where are you going? Where are you going now?
Slowly? Well, no, not slowly. Abruptly and with a shuddering jolt, the land splits open and a massive worm, roughly 10 times the size of the worm you all saw in the cave, jumps into the air and dives towards you, only to hit a barrier as Birdie lifts a hand almost casually and then knocks it to the side, sending it flying, causing a massive gorge as all the grass is scraped away. Birdie then lifts a hand and snaps his fingers, and the worm is sliced into tiny, many tiny square chunks.
I was gonna say Thanos snapped.
Which fall to the ground as all the blood just falls, creating a massive pool of it that then turns black and fades away.
No way.
Oh,
Hmm. Right.
Ryu turns to
Just
Birdie.
keeping eyes on it.
Ryu turns to Birdie, and just says, "You could have killed us at any time."
Birdie lifts his feet and begins to walk north once more.
Ryu just storms after Birdie. He's not he knows he's not going to get any answers at this point. But at this after what he just saw Birdie do, ooh, he's not planning to push it further for now.
Clara continues to keep her eyes on Birdie.
Did you guys grab the wagon while you were at it, or did you just leave it?
I was thinking we may have left the elf with the wagon.
Okay, so Elnath is with the wagon. Understood. So, night, well, I wouldn't call it night, but you notice that Birdie once more comes to a stop, roughly a day's journey away, and then sits down, his eyes closing, and he simply says, "Sleep."
Is that an
Chloe's like,
order?
thank you for giving us the chance to sleep. And then she just lays down and goes to sleep.
I don't think it's as much he's giving us the chance to sleep as much as he's giving Cicada's body a chance to rest.
Do you get
Chloe
it?
opens up her eyes and she's like, do you need one of us to keep watch, or are you doing that already?
Sleep.
She goes to her eyes and goes back to sleep.
Do you get some rest for you?
He does, but he does go out of his make it a point and to just eye Birdie and say, "Hey, you better not walk off with her body without us."
I shall do you that much.
Thank you.
The night passes, though time does not move in the sky. You all get your rest, and Jezebel and Corax, you're relieved of your watch and your undead duty to get some rest. When you awaken, you notice that the town is still in relative chaos, and that the undead on the borders and the sides of the barricades is noticeably larger in force and much more dangerous. You can see various mid-level undead. Corax would be able to recognize them, but Jezebel would probably not. But yeah. Jezebel, Corax, feel free to talk about it if you wish.
And what the hell is going on?
What does it look like, dear? Somehow, Black Sun was early. That's never happened before.
Is the black DM? So DM, is the Black Sun still out, or
It is still out.
Isabel sighs as she leans back in her seat,
spreading?
and she goes, "I can't help but feel like Birdie is probably the reason why this is happening."
Or maybe or either that, or Birdie he is responding to it. I think Birdie
Here's the
knows something.
thing. Obviously, I mean, here's the thing though, Corax, dear Corax. Black Sun was always on time, only one day, and then poor Cicada makes this deal with them, which, by the way, we could avoid if you just let me pour down the poison. And now
I'm not.
the Black Sun
No.
is early.
And okay, first of all, Jezebel. Under no circumstances would I ever let you possibly poison the town. And two, what you cannot be sure that Birdie is responsible. Maybe maybe Birdie is doing this because it knows what's coming.
Well, one, back to you, dear. I wasn't poisoning a town. I was poisoning somebody who was suffering. And two, have you ever had the Black Sun early, let alone lasting longer than a single day?
Black Sun's only a DM question. Black Sun's only been around for about 10 years, right?
Sorry, was muted. Roughly.
And this has never happened?
Never. Always on the same point of the month.
So excuse me for being a little skeptical, because Cicada makes this deal, and then all of a sudden, the Black Sun is early. So excuse me if I'm a little tense. She said that she throws her arms up and then basically slouches in the chair. I need a drink.
On that, at least we are agreed.
So, while you two are drinking and trying to ignore the sun and the undead, Ryu, Suke, Ryu and Clara, you continue to follow Birdie as he begins to head north once more, occasionally pausing to take out a massive undead that tries to attack the party before continuing on. The third day comes after another rest. By this point, the ocean is now visible, though it's still a fair distance. It's about a day away. Corax and Jezebel. This morning, the undead are actually starting to gain ground, and the entire town is slowly starting to shrink in on itself as they have to give ground as stronger and stronger undead begin to break down the weaker barricades, and they've had to fall back to the stronger barricades they made as backups.
Oh, this is bad.
Isabel's tapping her foot, looking very anxious and irritated. See what I mean, dear Correx now?
And well, either way, it's obvious that Birdie knows something, and well, I think at the very least, I think I think I think at this point, and I think at this point, need a talk up with them is in order.
We have talked. They haven't said a thing, which is why part of me is almost wishing I had gone on to go follow them and stay here. This is way too much fighting than I would like to do in a couple days. Not only that, but it's undead. They are disgusting. Nothing is collectible or cute about them at all.
So, Ryu and Clara.
Mm-hmm.
You follow Birdie for about half a day, and you eventually come to the shoreline. It's rather rocky, and it's mostly just a pebble beach with a little bit of cliffs. It's not really a beach you'd dock at or play on, but there is a shore and the land meets it. Only, as you meet the shoreline, you notice that the water is red.
It's even affecting the ocean too.
Bertie, I know you don't really answer questions much, but could you tell us why the ocean may be red?
The source is deep below.
Source.
And then Rudy steps onto the completely still ocean and begins to
You
walk
mean
on the
Rudy? Oh, you mean Birdie, right?
birdies. I said birdie, but it might have come out as Rudy because of
Yeah,
birdie,
it came out.
like birdie, Rudy. So I can see where you
Yeah,
got
I
the
get it.
mistake there. Anyway, Birdie steps out onto the completely still ocean and then glances back towards you. Follow. Then he turns and starts walking on the water.
I was like, okay. And
Ryu
then cautiously starts walking towards, trying to walk on the water.
Ryu tests the water first before he continues.
You find it completely solid.
Juice.
The ocean. It's like I'm standing on glass. How is that possible?
Walking over the ocean, you travel for an hour, maybe two. Below you, you can see many mysterious and dark things swimming around. Occasionally, something swims up to try and attack you guys, but once again, Birdie just sends it back to the depths. Until he finally comes to a stop, and it seems like any other normal piece of the ocean. We are here.
When you say normal piece of the ocean, you mean like it's the only spot that doesn't look like it's being affected?
No, it's just, it looks like ocean to you guys. Like, you're still standing on it flat, but it's just water. You know, or glass, whatever you want to call it. It looks the same as it has looked for the last 2 hours.
Clara is going to take a look at the water, see under the water, see if there's any. That's the wrong button. Anything of interest?
You can see a faint glow deep down below, just faintly flickering.
There's a glow down there.
Yes. Wait here. And then he brings his feet together and just sort of melts into the flat ocean, as if it's become water again for him, and he just begins to sink.
Birdie, what are you doing?
You are left waiting on the top of the ocean as Birdie quickly fades from view and the glimmering light vanishes. About 5 minutes later, you see Birdie once more rise and just float out of the still water and then casually land on it.
What was that?
He opens his palm, revealing a red, glowing orb.
What is that?
Clara holds out her hand as if to ask to hold and or look at it.
Instead, Birdie brings the staff over and slots the orb into the staff. Before you see the sun slowly begin to peek from the black. If you do not wish to drown, we must make it back swiftly.
Sounds like an excellent idea.
For once, I agree with you. Let's go.
You make a mad dash to the shoreline, and I'd say roughly about an hour back, the water begins to start to become more malleable and it becomes harder to walk. And then you're starting to sink into it like it's, snow or something, snow or mud. And then as the last lights hit the water and the last little sliver of black fades, it becomes complete water again, and you have to swim the last half an hour. Cicada, you come to and you're completely soaking wet. You're in water. Thankfully, the shoreline isn't that far away. You're pretty sure you can swim.
Ocean. Ocean. She's panicking.
I never wanted to swim in this dress.
You're not wearing heavy armor.
It's true.
With some difficulty, but a manageable difficulty, you all make it back to the shore. Now, I will get to you all in a moment. Jezebel and Corax. You watch as the undead inch closer and closer towards the final battlements. And then you see the sun begin to peek out, and the black sun fades. All the undead fall to the ground. The wisps and wails of banshees fade to distant memories.
Jezebel looks absolutely exasperated, and then she goes over, passing Korax, and she whispers, "I partially blame you for this, just so you know," and then walks away.
So, Ryu, Cicada, and Chlora, you are 3 days away from the town. I'm going to show you exactly where you are on the map with the horse.
Oh yeah.
You are right. Yeah. It is
Where
now.
are we?
It's only a small distance.
So, the clock has been reset. It is now day 0.
Clara is just like panting on the beach, laying on her back. Birdie decided to walk north for like 2.5 days. He stopped to let us sleep though. That's good.
He walked us all the way into the ocean and pulled that out. As he points to the red orb on Cicada's staff.
No, I'll look at the staff.
You notice the staff now has a green and a red orb. Like, you still have the orb from last time as well. Or the orb that vanished. Anyway.
Yeah, it vanished a while ago.
Yeah, so you have the green orb back, and now you have a red orb.
And they're both in the staff. Okay. This is different. I guess this is what Birdie was searching for.
We'll have to see how the
I'm
city is faring when we get back. He dispatched numerous, very large, dangerous things on our way there. He just like snapped his fingers and they died.
To be honest, it's a wonder he didn't decide to do that to us throughout the entire time.
Oh. You know what? I have identify now. I'm going to take some time to identify this stuff.
Alright. Identify fails.
It's 10 minutes. Well, I guess I could just use a spell slot for that, so. Yeah, okay.
You do, however, find out. Why have I written? Never mind. You do find out the School of Magic, though. The green orb is conjuration. The red orb is evocation.
Okay. Magic to things up like fire. Great. I don't know what these do.
do you guys begin to head back?
We might as
Yep.
well head back.
All right.
Is Cicada's body tired in any way?
Nope.
No. Okay.
And on the way back, Chloe takes a moment to point out, and here is where he killed the blah by doing blah. And you can see with the results of things being destroyed.
Yeah, the damage is still there. So, you guys make your way back. Jezebel, I'm assuming you spend those 3 days smoozing with your favorite shotgun couple.
Jezebel.
Ninja.
Sorry, say again.
It's gonna take them 3 days to get back. Are you spending that time with the shotgun couple?
Yes.
Also, this is not related to anything we're currently doing. However, I was going through my DM notes and I found this. No idea what it means.
Okay.
But for some reason, I wrote down time popsicle.
Yeah.
Is that an item? Can I eat it? It sounds tasty.
It sounds like you would enjoy it for a very long time.
Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because I was looking at my notes and I saw that and thought, that's weird.
What's
So-
so important about that date?
Anyway, you do indeed get very familiar with them, and they in fact share with you quite a bit of information on a certain thing. And in fact, they actually mention how one of their relatives managed to take down an Aarakocra that was blocking them from a dragon. And they mentioned that it's that that relative is over in which town was it? Yeah, I think it was Scavsby. Yeah.
Question is, what kind of dragon was it?
Isabel's enthralled. She's just listening and watching them with stars in her eyes, very interested.
And so you're able to get all the information you could want out of them. Like they're by this point they consider you, you know, part of the family. They show you their secrets. They even teach you how to do the stuffing and all of that, and etc. etc.
One of us.
Anyway, correct. What are you doing during those 3 days?
In well, well, this is after the Black Sun's gone.
Yes. They have to take
Okay.
3 days to get back, so you got some time.
Well, gonna be once I've got basically an escape route, a route from planned out. I'm also gonna just memorize. I'm also just gonna take the time to just do things like memorize guard patrol. Let's figure out which ones are regularly drunk on duty. You know, just standard infiltration stuff.
Okay. So, unfortunately, the guard patrols are actually pretty well defined, and there's never not one guard on looking over any of your routes. So
I'm yes. Well, fortunate. Well, then I'm just gonna Well, that's fine. It just means I need to suss out which guards are the dumbest.
Yeah, so like basically in the bits where you have to run, there's always at least one guard in that area, is what I mean. So
Yeah.
on the other hand though, a lot of the guards are actually fairly strict and stern. However, you do know at least one guard that is bribable.
Okay. It's not quite what I want, but but it's better than nothing.
So, with that, the 3 days pass, and Elnath sends a quick message to you guys to let you know that Cicada and Ryu and Flora are back, and I will set it today. So, Ryu, Flora, and Cicada, you are back, and Elnath has been tending to the place in your absence.
Chloe's laying on the floor. I'm so done traveling today.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
Jezebel is gonna be so mad at me.
More like she's going to be very mad at me. That's right. They could have been getting it. They could have been getting attacked the entire time too. Ooh, we need to see if they're all right.
I'll go check. You stay here.
Right. Damn it.
Alright? Cicada, you head into town. So
I'm heading to
Jezebel,
town.
Jezebel and Korax, were you guys heading to meet up with them, or were you still in town?
I did send you a message. So.
If we were sent a message, then we would be heading off to meet up with them, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're heading out and you actually see them arriving from the distance. They meet up with you.
Jezebel!
Ryu and Clara, you actually hear their exclamations from your hiding hole.
I run over and throw myself on Cicada. Cicada!
I'm so sorry.
I'm just sorry I could have come with you. You have no idea what we went through. Goodness.
Big undead invasion. The town did not have a good time.
They were definitely more stronger, and the Black Sun lasted longer than just a day.
You hear in the distance, come over here to talk. I'm too worn out to come over there.
Yeah. Right. Well, this is something that everyone's going to want to hear. Cicada, we have questions for Birdie.
A lot of questions.
All right.
You get to the hiding hole and Flora's just like plop on the ground.
Ooh, you guys don't look very good.
We've been walking non-stop for 6 days straight.
An entire week.
How far did you guys go?
All the way to the ocean and beyond.
Why the ocean?
Don't know, but he let us take rest stops. It was great.
We
Ooh,
went.
he let
we
you
went
take
for the-
rests?
We went for that red orb in Cicada's staff.
Yeah, I
Red
showed
orb?
her the orb. I showed her the staff.
You have another
There's a red orb and a green orb in it.
How does she get the red one?
Birdie got it for her, or for
Uh,
himself, for himself maybe. I'm not sure.
details.
I
How?
tried
Orb.
to I tried to identify it, but all I got was magic signatures. Nothing concrete. Might have to ask Birdie.
Also, did
Well,
you know the
added to the list
ocean
of
is solid when the black sun is out?
Lorax, you can go.
in I was about to say to Cicada. We can add it to the list of things we need to ask Birdie about.
Hmm.
And
Should I re-
was it already clear? I wasn't paying attention. Was it already clarified that Birdie's the one causing the black sun?
No, you guys haven't brought that up yet.
Corax. We we finally know what's causing the black sun.
And
It's Birdie.
Jezebel looks right at Korax with a look that says, I told you so.
The black sun. The black sun wasn't what. The black sun wasn't what was causing Birdie to appear. It was the other way around.
Jezebel's still looking at him with a look that says, I told you so.
Just really
all right,
quick.
off your face.
Really quick. Guys, just super quick. What are you basing this on, Ryu?
Isn't it obvious?
I just want to follow your logic.
So he's saying that every time Birdie appears, it's during the black sun.
Before
All right.
before it seemed like Birdie only appeared in response to the appearance of the black sun, but now that the black sun is lasting longer, or as Birdie's control over Cicada lasts longer, it stands to reason.
All right.
Oh.
Thank you. I just wanted to.
So you don't actually. Oh, so you're just jumping to the same conclusion Jezebel did.
I don't know for a fact. I just find it highly suspicious.
Well,
and then Clara just drops her arm down to the ground because it's too tiring to lift it up.
well, let's see what the bird herself themselves has to say about it. Cicada, please send it out.
Okay.
If they'll talk.
I'm going to attempt to summon Birdie.
All right. Birdie appears.
So Birdie, you're going to tell us all about your connection to the Black Sun right now. And I put a hand on my sword.
Clara takes a moment to say, "Oh, by the way, he dispatched like 15 gigantic, huge, and kill you things on the way there."
Yeah, that's not new.
By snapping his fingers.
That's kind of worrying. What are you and what is your connection to the Black Sun? Tell us now.
Please. Jezebel adds in with a smile.
Oh, now you want to be polite.
What do you say, Cicada?
Would you tell us?
Hmm. Birdie's gaze goes over you all and focuses on Cicada. There's a long, quiet pause before he says, "6 words. I am the Black Sun."
That's 5 words.
Shoot.
Still.
Point being,
Still.
I haven't counted it out and everything.
That's fine. Math
Again.
is hard.
Yeah. Again, Jezebel gives Cross a look while tapping her foot on the floor.
Eh. Okay, next question. Tell and tell and tell us why we shouldn't kill you right now.
I don't think we could even if we wanted to.
Uh-oh. Debating whether
Now.
out of character, debating whether I should say it.
Now, let's try to be a little polite, Not all on a killing spree here. Besides, if they die, we can't get more information out of them.
I think a better
Not only
question to
that,
ask. I think a better question to ask would be how do we stop you from covering the sky and causing an undead horde?
Let me think. Let me just quickly double check something again. Yeah, so. Okay. Yeah. Alright. His head slowly turns towards Ryu. And then he looks back to Cicada, as if asking if she wants to know this information.
Is that why you didn't want to tell us?
No, as in, he's asking if you want to know the answer to the question Ryu asked, which was
Yeah.
what he needs to stop the Black Sun.
She nods.
Alright. He lifts a claw and points to Cicada's staff. One more, and I will have enough.
For what?
The answer to your question.
We collect this third orb. The black sun will stop appearing, right?
Yes,
And what else will happen?
that was not the question.
Laura says he's technically correct.
Is this why you didn't want to tell us earlier?
Actions speak louder than words.
I do agree with that. She looks at Birdie closely. She goes, I do have one little question of my own. Will this harm Cicada in any way once you retrieve this final orb?
It will be the end of our contract. It will not harm her.
So this is all you've wanted. This is all you've wanted from Cicada this whole time. These orbs.
He nods.
More so, I think that he's having her help since he cannot have a physical body of his own.
So let me see if I got this right. We help you get these 3 orbs. You consider your contract with Cicada fulfilled. You leave her. You leave her, and and thus the Black Knight and the undead stop appearing.
He nods.
And and why did you? Have you been causing the as in the Black Sun?
You know, you guys want to know something? I only just now remembered after all this that Ryu has Zone of Truth.
Yeah, too late for that now.
Yeah,
And
besides,
I really don't think that he'll be affected by it anyway.
Nope.
That's
Yeah.
Sorry.
that's what I was thinking.
So, he speaks once more in a slow and measured voice. My existence does that.
Wait,
Is this even your true
Are you-
form, or is it just is your real consciousness inside the Black Sun? Is that what's going on here?
Would you like to see my true form?
Oh boy.
Will it drive us insane?
Unlikely.
Will it make it dark again?
Go ahead. I want to know what I'm dealing with.
Alright.
Oh boy.
Give me. He closes his eyes and sits down and then says, I shall require a moment. Because I need to get something.
Oh boy. You don't ask a great old one their true form. You just don't.
Alright, so you guys are left waiting while Birdie goes to get his true form.
Well, something just went through my mind after Cicada said, after Rebecca said that. Well, if the Black Sun has been around for 10 years, then he's not really old, is he? Unless he just got closer.
Yeah.
Feel free to roleplay while I get this set up. Won't be a moment.
Cicada
This-
looks dejected.
Isabel looks thoughtful as she thinks about all that Bertie said. And she goes, well, I still don't completely trust them. But,
Oh no,
as I
they
said
can't be.
before,
Oh no, they can't be trusted at all. I'm
but
almost.
Bertie isn't connected to us. And then look to Cicada and I go, what are your feelings of the situation now, dear Cicada? I want to hear your opinion.
Confusion.
Do you think you can still trust Bertie? Because technically, at the end of the day, dear Cicada, they are connected to you. So how we feel is our own feelings, but in the end, this involves you and your well-being. Bertie says you will not be harmed, but then I have no reason to trust them or not to trust them. So the question is, do you?
She kind of just glances over to Bertie for a bit and then back to Jezebel. She goes, I will still trust him. For now.
It's not like there's anything. It's not like there's anything we can do to stop him right now.
It could be involuntary. What he's doing
Birdie's
is
eyes.
That is
out of necessity.
Birdie's eyes slowly open up, and he stands up. Are you ready?
Isabel can't help but just smile. She goes, "Ooh, suspenseful."
I was like,
I
fine, I'll
imagine
stand
Eldath
up
is
by
also
myself.
watching.
Pardon,
And then you just hear a struggle to get back up on
pardon,
his feet.
Cicada?
I imagine Elnath is also watching.
Yes, he's just kind of like, I'm here too, I guess.
Yeah.
This is a bit beyond me. I'm just trying to save my family from, evil hunters.
This is a bigger deal.
I'm a wizard, not a wizard. Anyway,
Oh boy.
you will all feel the ground below you rumble and shake. And then your vision all goes black. And Cicada, let me just double check your sheet allows it, but yeah. I'm gonna mark you with a point of exhaustion.
Oh god.
Just bear that in mind. Just a small point of where is it? Show exhaustion tracking. On. There we go. So just be aware that you have a point of exhaustion. Alright. So your vision all goes dark, and Cicada, you feel a wave of weakness wash over you, as if your very power is being sapped. And then you will find yourself in a sea of stars, in front of a large spherical object. This is my true form.
Oh god.
The heck?
You're a planet?
He's a planet.
Huh. Bizzle actually looks pretty flabbergasted by this.
what is your true name?
That was not the question. The vision fades, and you all find yourself back on the grass.
Cicada falls over.
But my name is Atropus.
Atropus?
Atropus. Would any of us know that name?
You can roll a history check, but very, very unlikely.
Yeah.
Come on, nat 20,
Okay,
nat 20.
I'll roll, but I have
Nat 20.
disadvantage.
Alright. I guess a nat 20 will do.
Goodness gracious, Corax.
It sounds like a drink.
So, Corax, you decided to humor your sister one day, way in the past, and she decided to tell you to read you a book on various gods. And one god in particular she constantly brought up, which was actually not a god, but a creature called a primordial. Basically the gods before the gods. That's basically what a primordial is. And
Right.
you've read, you know what Atropus out of character is, so I'll just say that's your knowledge of Atropus. What's on the wiki, basically.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, like slowly. So do I have any idea whether it is actively hostile?
You only know what you know. Like
Like
you only know the vague what it is and what its its description.
what it does. Like I know what it is and what it does, basically.
Yeah. Like what's on the wiki basically.
So Korax like a Korax's hand just slowly lower is from his sword, and he, all anyone who wants to roll insight.
Kata is on the ground. She's exhausted.
Yeah. Okay. Well. So Jezebel, like, same stoic old Korax. Like Ryu, he's hiding it well, but you can see the fear in Korax's eyes.
This visibly worries Ryu. Korax?
World-born dead.
What do you say?
Ah,
I just said under my breath, the world-born dead.
A world born dead. Yeah.
And that means
if that is all, I am tired. And Birdie just vanishes.
Okay, so Ryu, you were right. Trying to kill that body of Birdie would have done absolutely nothing except maybe anger it.
Jezebel looks quite thoughtful as she crosses her arms over her chest and then looks down towards Takeda, concerned, and then down to the floor a little bit with a frustrated frown. She goes, I need to write some letters. This is very interesting. And frightening, I'll admit that too.
Oh yes, very, 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 very threatening.
Oh, we gonna
Kata has a lot to think about.
Clara looks to Korax and she's like, so what is a tropus then?
Basically, it's basically a giant undead god that lives in space.
And he's come here, collecting things.
It's all legends always put it as a harbinger of death and destruction. No information on whether it's actually hostile, but frankly, with this kind of thing, I think it's best to assume the worst.
I don't know, dear. Jezebel says, looking thoughtful to the ground while tapping her chin. From what you've told me so far of your travels and what he apparently did with a snap of his fingers, so to speak, he was limited to 1 day. Now he has 3 days. He could have easily have killed Clara and Ryu. He did not.
Well, and which means either he likes us or we're still useful to him.
We are.
Also could be because it's Cicada. Don't forget that.
Weren't you incredibly suspicious of him just this morning?
Because I didn't know who he was. Now we know who he is.
Yes, but that's not. Yes, but who he is a very bad thing.
Now, that doesn't mean I trust this thing. There's a reason why he's here to collect these orbs. Obviously, we don't know what they are. He's not going to tell us, though. So the best thing we can do for now is continue to do what we've been doing, is keeping an eye on him and Cicada. He did give his word that Cicada would not be harmed. So I'll give him that much.
He
But
did keep his word of not walking away from us when we were sleeping.
are you sure? From what I've heard, he actually waited till you all woke up.
That's what Clara said.
Oh, I thought
He
you said he
waited for us to
didn't.
sleep.
So in a way, he kept his word, did he not? Doesn't mean I could really trust him again. But all I'm saying is, so far, he hasn't quite lied yet.
I don't think you would have any reason to lie. I mean, how do you stop a world? Even if he did lie and we found out, what could we do?
Nothing for now, dear. But that is why we must gather information. Which, speaking of, I glance over to Cars to give him a look. I gathered all the information I needed from the couple.
And who and who and who was and do you anything on and do you know who the who do you know who the one they're tracking is?
Oh, yeah, that was definitely just, Ryu.
I knew it.
Yeah, Jezebel just gives a grin and then motions to Ryu. Foxy there.
Oh,
Okay,
great!
not entirely
Great.
surprising.
Oh, great! They already know about me. As if our
Well,
time wasn't already limited enough.
Jezebel gives a bit of a shrug and she goes, unfortunately, you're not the first they've caught wind of.
Not the first.
Jezebel glances over to Corax. Do you want to tell him or me?
And they, or well, rather, some of their ancestors, their generational, they had a. One thing we neglected to mention the first time, and when we sent you out here, they had a trophy in their basement. 8
Multiple
tails.
trophies. Multiple trophies. Quite a few. Except, yes, one of them has 8 tails.
Eight-tailed trophy. You're not serious.
Oh god.
I'm afraid not.
They stuffed. They actually. He stuffed a person. One of my people, and they're just
Well,
displaying
I'm not
them
sure.
like a trophy.
I don't think people is the word they would use, but yes, they have done precisely that.
They also showed me instructions on how to preserve quite a few trophies, so to speak, including your kind. They were very descriptive. It was kind of disturbing, I will not lie.
Ryu bends over forward, or and puts his hand over his mouth. He looks nauseous, as those people are sick.
Apparently, back in the day, it used to be legal.
Now, here's the thing, everyone. Jezebel believes, and I agree, that killing them both and burning their house down is tempting, but we also agree that it probably wouldn't be the best move.
They're generation hunters, which means that they've been doing this for years, which means that they have definitely branched out. This couple here is only one of many. course, gonna turn to that because apparently he knows it's their family, or his brother does.
Your brother knows them?
Well, he has met them apparently at least once. Uh, uh, I sincerely doubt. In any case, I very much hope not that he actually took part in what they've been doing.
Leave it to elves to be the cruelest of the bunch, says the elf.
Who? My brother. Oh, my brother's not cruel. He's just a fucking idiot.
Not your brother, the others. You said it was a family of elves, did you not?
Well, I will admit, 700 years of being alive, yet I does give a lot of our kind a lot of time to get very good at it. The drow used to have a reputation for a reason.
Absolutely despicable.
Well, this couple definitely has a good detailed description of quite a few things. So even if we were to go after these two, my concern is, as I told Corax, is aggravating the beehive. That means that their entire family will come after us if we do anything to this couple.
Yeah.
Now, I, for one, am not all that deterred by it. I've handled worse, and I really don't mind if they come after me. My concern is all of you. You all have reputations, so to speak, being followers and a paladin and such. So, what are your thoughts on this?
I think. DM.
Hmm?
Hot Kitsune, like their attitude toward Kitsune is not the norm, right? Like, this is not something they'd want publicly known, right?
I didn't catch that first bit. Could you repeat it?
Their attitudes toward Kitsune are like they're not widely known. Right? Like this sort of thing would like Kitsune are generally seen as like they are sapient people, not okay to hunt them at all, that sort of thing, just by people at large.
Currently, yes, but in the past it was just seen as, normal. Like they were they were valued so highly for what resources they could provide. It was, yeah, let's just say it was a morally dubious time, and that
More
their bodies were worth more than their lives.
morally
Yeah.
gray.
The more I hear about the Elsier world, the more they're starting to sound like colonial British.
Yeah, but like the current times have tried very hard to bury that stuff, because they wanna appear like, hey, we're not evil.
Right. So
We don't
I'm
want to be
thinking-
evil anymore.
I'm thinking that you know, well, first of all, obviously sneak in there, destroy the information and everything, and get out. But I'm thinking, find out all their other family that have been doing things like this, and then expose them. Maybe, and maybe
Let all the government take care of it.
and if there's one thing if there's one thing an elven noble knows how to do, it's ruin a rival family's name.
Again,
Here's the thing.
in
Here's the thing, dear.
go on. Go on.
Is this a secret or not? This couple you saw has quite a trophy case, which means that they probably have invited others to their house before in the city, so they may know about their habits, so to speak.
So I will mention this again because it was a very minor detail. The couple did say that they don't hunt that stuff anymore because it's illegal, but they're hoping for the day that it will become legal again.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention.
Which it probably won't.
Which is what I'm saying. They had not hunted for some time. They've stopped. So that means they've built a credible relationship with the city. Is the city going to take over? Is the city going to trust people they had just met, or their fellow locals that they're used to knowing, so to speak? Ruining the reputation is going to take effort, a lot of it.
Maybe proving that we're being followed.
Now, I
What
see your point, dear Cracks. I do. The thing is,
what
as much as I would also love to torch that place, so to speak, they may
the body?
have.
Well,
The-
that
that kid.
well,
That,
making things public. That was one possible plan. Another one I thought of was as steal the information that they absolutely cannot be allowed to have, but leave everything else intact. And then see if we can follow them to the other branches.
That was my thought, but it may not be so easy, though. That will take time still.
And it, well, I mean, it will, but well,
what?
no one. No one ever said fighting crime was quick.
What if we? What if we? What if we manage? What if we manage to steal that kitsune's body and reveal it to the town?
Careful for your words, dear Ryu. And I know you want to get the body back, but the thing is, if we steal and reveal it, won't they assume that we are the ones that killed her?
Not unless we get proof also.
Well, if you're set on that, I'd say more information gathering first. See if the town knows about their hidden treasures, so to speak. If the town knows about it, it could easily be paid off to look the other way. After all, nobility do loves to have their money flaunt around when they want people to be quiet.
Just just ask just ask what kind of exotic creatures they have been known to hunt in general terms, and see
Oh, I have.
how often see if
I'm pretty sure they would have told me that, right, DM?
Yeah, they basically said that they mostly hunt wild beasts and rabbit monsters, sometimes the occasional dragon that's rampaging around. They don't really hunt people anymore because it's illegal, but you know, it's not like they stopped hunting, it's just they've stopped the stuff that has become illegal.
So, Jezebel gives a grin. I may have an idea myself, but you may not quite like it, Foxy.
what?
Now, they've gained quite a bit of trust with me. They trust me, and I have, say, convinced them that I've had some pretty unique hunts myself. So, they're looking for a certain Christine they've heard rumors of, haven't they? And we happen to know where he is right now. What if I give him a little tip that I heard a rumor that I know where you are?
What? Didn't they? They wouldn't be in. Well, they are interested in me. That much is certain, but they can't. They didn't they even admit themselves that they can't kill me yet?
Well, they not unless they're found out. Now they haven't seen the casino for some time, they said. And as a fellow hunter, how I easily chased after you the first time we met because I was so excited to see you. I'm pretty sure that they would love to bite at the chance that if they knew exactly where you were, to go right after you. After all, they did say they do miss hunting Kasunes after all. I'm pretty sure they will not pass this chance to try to find you.
You want the what you're saying is you want them to try you want to expose the by having the town see them try to kill me from out of the public eye.
That would be kind of difficult to do, but in a way, see if maybe they bite at the chance and then catch him in the act, so to speak. This won't be easy, but since you and dear character have some influences with legal actions, perhaps you guys can also pull a few strings yourself.
Question: Has in the brief time he was in Minos, did Ryu see did Ryu see a temple devoted to Alex?
Same, but with Platinum Dragon.
There is a small little temple plaza, it's not the biggest thing, but they do have some small temples to the main gods. There's even one to Vienna. Though it's much newer and looks to be just sort of made out of wood and made really lazily, like it's more a token gesture than an actual temple.
Yeah, like, and yeah, like, well, yeah, like, Vienna's temples are weird. There's some weird stuff you guys, if you guys haven't really gotten to her or about her.
Anyway.
So Jezebel points to herself. She goes, I can assist them with their hunting to make sure you don't completely get hurt, dear Ryu. But if you all can make use your own connections and when you get caught, she says in quotations, they'll obviously probably take you down into the area to try to preserve you correctly. They have their methods. One is to make sure that you are completely alive and intact until you get down and that you can use the proper tools. While they try to take you back, I can go with them, as well as maybe have your connections follow us as well. And right before, of course, you are preserved, you can hopefully catch them. Now, like I said, it is just a very simple idea, and feel free to say no, because we are basically using you as bait.
You're asking me to take a really big risk here, Jezebel.
No risk, no gain.
So, is there anything you guys would like to do before we start wrapping this session up?
Cicada is still on the ground having an existential crisis. She's actually really surprised that you guys are taking this in stride and talking about other things.
I mean, one thing at a time.
Korax is going through going through the same thing, but he's just compartmentalizing the fuck out of it because he doesn't want to think about this. This is so far above his pay grade.
It's more so what they can. Jezebel's hold what they can control right now. Right now, they can control the couple. They cannot control deity. So yeah.
A primordial.
Primordial, whatever. But yeah, nah. So this is her trying not to wake up, prioritize.
Yeah.
So, anything you guys want to do before we start wrapping up?
I can't think of anything. I've said my piece already.
Well, Ryu, do you agree to the proposal?
For clarity's sake, did Jezebel say that she alone would be going in there with me, or would Corax and Cicada be going with her?
Well, I'm pretty sure I've been talking about my coworkers, so to speak, with Corax and Cicada too, right? I'm pretty sure I would have.
Yeah. They did come in
See,
with
too,
you the first time.
Exactly. So I gotta include them somehow. Better to hunt in a party than by yourself. So yeah,
Alright.
I guess the plan is mostly just to have us as like backup to try not to have them kill you right on the spot.
So you said yes, Ria?
He says after a long pause, taking a while to think it over, he finally says, "All right, I'll do it."
The spirit Isabel says as she rubs the top of his head. And don't worry, we'll make sure they don't kill you right away.
I'm trusting you, Jezebel.
Probably a mistake, but I do appreciate the thought.
A mistake I have to make nevertheless.
Then, with a plan made, and my cat being annoying, that's where we will wrap this session up. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. You guys, I'm gonna move you over to the map so you guys can plan out what you want to do, what you want to get. There is a general store, and there is an armor shop, and you can get rope and probably other things. So just start planning out what you want to do, and with that, goodbye!
Goodbye.
Night.
All right.
Goodbye.